We are recording. Does this camera angle make me look fat? No, it's my face. For sure, it's my face. All right. Welcome to Inside MNU Athletics, Episode 8. I am with head football coach Paul Hansen and quarterback Blake Atkins. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Go ahead and put that mic right up to your face. So, Blake, defending Offensive Player of the Week. What was last week like for you?
It was a great game, I guess.
Right.
We had a great game plan going into the Evangel game. We executed very well, and couldn't do it without the receivers and O-line. So it was a great team win for the team.
So let's go through the first 3 games of the year, which weren't spectacular by any means. I think I just got a notification Bethel just scored another touchdown. So is that no? Too soon?
Well, they scored 70-something again this weekend on
Really?
another team. Yes, I mean they're a pretty good team.
They're legit for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take us through game 1. William Penn, we turned them over 6 times. So go ahead and talk through that game a little bit.
Yeah, it was obviously a tough game, home opener, and I got the job in February, and I was here for about 20-something days, and then we all got shut down. So we'd only really had one day on the field together when I got here,
right?
And because of weather too at that point, and so really everything that we had done was all through Zoom, video. We didn't really get to pick up a football together a whole lot, and so a lot of it was just more of teaching this whole time, and so not practicing till after August 12th, and bringing in a lot of new guys.
Right.
It was a major learning curve for our team, just in general, and especially on the offensive side. Because we had so many guys from a year ago that weren't back, and so that was a big thing, just trying to get in a rhythm and stuff. And even in the William Penn game, as the game kind of went on, we kind of started getting more confident in some
right.
things and moved the ball pretty well. And so Blake broke his hand during camp, and so that was another thing, trying to figure out which pieces who we're going to have and not have, and with COVID and just everything, it was just it was a day by day thing, right, for sure. And so as a coach, that's really hard.
It seemed like both of those first couple games, William Penn and Clark, that we were not only against the wind figuratively, but literally. It seemed like we would run the ball a couple times. You can talk about whatever was happening there that was going wrong, but we're facing 3rd and 12 with the wind howling in our face. Maybe the pass doesn't work. Then we're punting against the wind, and it's going the wrong way, and everything just seems to be coming the wrong way. Talk about what that was like.
Yeah, I mean, it did not seem like anything was just going like smoothly.
Right.
And looking back on that game, I watched it again last week because I'm pretty OCD on some things.
Which one, Clark?
I've watched them all, but I watched Clark again last week, and we didn't play well. Right. And obviously that's on me as a head coach, and we didn't play well, and we just didn't look comfortable. We didn't look like a team that was just smooth, and a lot of that too is football is so much about reaction time, and when you're not confident as a player, your reaction time is a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And if you go back and look at that game, there's a lot of times where we had a chance to play, but we just were kind of hesitating a little bit. And I still have yet to start the same 11 on offense and defense for the whole season, due to COVID and due to injuries and all that. So that's another inconsistency, And when you don't have those consistencies, I mean, it definitely will mess with your team and stuff.
So, Blake, what was that like for you, those first few games, just seemingly fighting an uphill battle the whole time? Well, first of all, let's get into where are you from, first of all?
I'm from Pleasant Hill, Missouri.
Okay, and what was your deal in high school? You were a quarterback in high school, I assume.
I was a quarterback, yeah.
And so you're used to success, I would imagine.
We had a few rough years, but senior year we had a pretty good year.
Okay, and so now here you're talk about those first few games. Then go ahead.
I mean, coming off the hand injury for me, I
Right.
mean, kind of took me a little bit to get back into the roll of things. First game back, like you said, like the wind.
Right.
It's always tough going into the wind, but it should never really be an excuse. But I think the offense now, I think we're starting to get a hang of things, and
Yeah.
it showed last week.
All right, so let's go ahead and start getting into the Evangel game. What was different about that in preparation? Let's say
Well,
you had 3 weeks or something, right?
well, and that's the thing a lot of people don't realize is we've yet to play back to back.
Right.
Really, we've had the first couple games. We had 2 weeks in between each game. So that's why we went and scheduled a Bethel game, because if not, we would have had 3 bye weeks this this fall. And I don't really need 3 bye weeks this fall.
No.
You know what I mean? And so that was one thing. We were just trying to find a team. That week, we actually, as coaches, we game planned for 3 different teams. And it was just, we were just trying to give our kids a game to get to play, for our seniors and all that. And so that was tough. And then after that game, there, obviously with COVID and everything, we were kind of forced with a lot of guys had to be quarantined. And so then we went 3 weeks there of just practicing and in between games. And so and really going into Bethel, if you go back and look at that game, I mean, off the offensive standpoint, we were rolling pretty good there. It was back and forth. For about 3.5 quarters, and then we
kind of started snowballing on you.
It did, and that was a good lesson for our guys though too. So hey, you got to play 4 quarters,
right.
and you got to bring it all the time. You can't take any plays off, and for those 3 weeks, it was almost like an off season. It felt like, because we didn't get to play, and so we got back to a lot of different things that we were doing, and just kept on getting better. And we went into this game, and it was the first time that we've gone off campus together as a team and got to do a team event. Because with the COVID and everything, with Bethel, we were there back in the day.
Right.
Well, we went overnight for this last one. And our guys, I felt it was just kind of nice to get away.
Right.
We went out to dinner, and then we kind of there at the hotel together, and kind of got up together, and just kind of it was a really good trip just to be focused and all that. And our guys did an awesome job with it.
Now, your alma mater is Evangel.
It is, yeah.
And how familiar are you with the coaching staff? Did you coach with them and all that?
I've not coached with any of them, but all of them really pretty much they're real close with myself and my family. I got a lot of friends on that staff. So
okay,
yeah.
So what kind of advantage is that for you, being familiar with the program?
I don't think it's either way.
Right.
At the end of the day, we all watch film and we all just got a game plan for what you're seeing. So they're familiar with some things that I like to do, and obviously, over the years we've talked a lot, so I know some things. But at the end of the day,
right,
the coaches got to coach and the players got to play and execute it, and so that's what has to happen.
And is there anything extra going into a game like that, Blake, knowing that your coach is kind of part of that team? Are you wanting to win one for coach's alma mater, against coach's alma mater? Is there that little extra bit in there too? Did you guys talk about that at all?
I mean, for me, Evangel was recruiting me coming out of high school, and so it was kind of like a in your face kind of thing.
Sure. There's always got to be something like that, right? Some sort of extra.
That was kind of in it for me, though.
Okay. And
you
you like those guys. You don't want to stick it in their face or anything. But
no, I just want to win. I wanted to win so bad, just for our players, our program, and our university.
Heck.
And really, though, it's not really about me. I think at the end of the day, that was a division game.
Right.
And, that was a team that was predicted ahead of us. And that's something I've been trying to get our guys focused on. Like, we're not going to win a division in 1 week. You're going to do it weekly, and that was just the first thing that we had to do to get us on the right step there. And our guys accepted the challenge, and I'm really proud of them for that.
All right, so the game begins. What do you want to take us through here? We've got your computer linked up here. So 3 is your computer, and then I can get you guys. Look at this fancy tech. I've got you on the bottom corner as well.
Okay. Yeah, so I got about 7 clips here from the game.
Okay.
And this is our offense here. This is one of the first really big plays of the game. we have a couple things here going on. We got a run play on the inside, and then we got a little screen out into the outside, and we did a good job here. Blake did a good job of just seeing numbers out here, and we caught him in the blitz, which we knew that they like to do a lot from the field side.
So this linebacker here is blitzing. Is that what
Yeah,
you're seeing?
yeah,
Okay.
and really, the strength is over here to the left, obviously with the ball in the right hash, but with them blitzing into that, it's always good to kind of get something out there because now you got numbers.
Right.
Okay, so now you got hat for a hat here with this guy having to fill the alley. We got to get the block, but Kobe's had a great season. He does a good job of making one guy miss. But, I just love the hustle of our guys. You can see them all running down there and all that, and Kobe just makes one guy miss, and you can take it. So
is this Tanis who goes out far?
Yeah,
there?
this is Caleb. He's down here on the bottom. That's Rob Menifee. You see Driver Manning come in right here and makes a good block. And that's the thing about like anyone that's watching our team right now. You can't say that we're not trying hard. We're getting after it. I mean,
Sure.
Jiron's in the backfield right here, and we fake him the ball. And he gets all the way out there when he doesn't get the ball to help try to make a block for a teammate, just to get in the way.
Go ahead and talk about his season too, because that's got to be a frustrating season for someone who's so good but can't get traction yet.
Yeah. No, I think
and he's still out here working his butt off.
Yeah, I mean that's just the attitude that we're trying to bring with the whole offense. He still led us in rushing on Saturday probably the game closing touchdown. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think he had like 70-something yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so just try and teach our guys to play selfless. That is a big thing. So
And Blake, what did you see in that previous play? Can you go back to that?
yeah, sorry.
Like Coach said, I was just reading the outside linebacker right there.
Now, is it a chance you can give this ball to Jiron if you want?
I could, yeah.
Okay.
But with that linebacker blitzing, I took advantage of it and hit Kobe on the bubble.
All right, cool. Next play.
Yeah, so this is actually the very next play. One thing after a big play, we like to kind of get going a little bit.
Quick, yeah.
The defense just ran 40-something yards to try to catch him, and so they're already tired. So this is the play we kind of went in with this week. We hadn't run it a whole lot. We had saw throughout the game plan process that Kobe would have been open here on the back corner, but Blake did a good job.
Yeah,
Normally this corner right here chases this. Well, he dropped. And so you could see Blake. I'll let it go through here now. Blake gets off it. He does a good job of seeing this and gets off it because it probably would have been an interception, and gets out of there. And Torrin did a great job of continuing his route across the field once he saw Blake. Because Torrin's
where is he?
Torrin is actually all the way out here.
Okay.
And he catches the touchdown in this other corner because he saw it was just a reaction.
So that's a broken route, and he just keeps going. Once you get scrambling, what's the protocol for him?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's not necessarily a broken route. He saw that usually if we're going to hit him, it's going to be right now.
Yeah.
But since he has kept on running across the field, especially once Blake was running over there, and just running along the back of the end zone, and you're there. It does help having a guy like Caleb Tanis too, who takes people with him.
Yeah.
And their eyes are always on him, and so that was a really big thing there.
Okay. And what did you see that play, Blake? Pretty much the same thing. You saw that your first option was gone.
Yeah, and tried to.
What exactly are you looking at? Are you looking at at Kobe, or are you looking at the defenders?
I'm looking at that corner at the top of the screen. Right
Okay.
there, yeah. And
because you know where Kobe is anyway.
Yeah,
you don't need to be staring at him. Okay.
Yeah, the game plan was like we were trying to catch him in man, and we're going to take advantage of the safety, which is
That guy right there.
That guy right there.
So he pulled him off.
And so they dropped in the zone, and so I went off of it and scrambled left, and Tor made a good play coming across the field.
Could you have gone with the shorter guy here too? What was the guy right in front of Torrin? That's Tanis,
Caleb.
I guess.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
Okay.
Torrin pays more for touchdowns.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
Caleb, so.
Yeah. Caleb's had his already. Yeah, gotta spread it around a little bit. But you had both options open there. That's okay. All right, cool. Next.
Here we go. I really want to put this one here. This is a really good one. So, football's it's a lot about numbers, okay? And they actually are bringing 6 guys here. They're bringing a lot more. So that means they have 5 guys in coverage, which means they got man across the board. Okay, no one's deep. So if Blake breaks this, then there's no one on him, and he does a good job of just saying, "Forget it. I'm just going to turn the jets on here and get all the way down there." He did get he was it was a nice pickup, but
pretty awkward finish.
Yeah,
we'll be honest.
But if you think about it, if 6 guys are coming, there's only 11 on the field, so that means there's 5 in coverage and there's 5 guys eligible.
And is that something you see, Blake, as it's happening, or did you just kind of it's broken down? I see opening and I'm going.
I kind of noticed it was man right there from the pre-snap.
Okay, slide right there.
Yeah.
I already told him. One thing too is we ran this similar play about 2 series before, and I kind of got on him because this guy was way out of there, and you had Caleb standing there like doing this, and we didn't hit him. But this time you could tell it's man, just by how. So that means when I've been open.
And
so
what's the original play call here? Are you hoping that it's?
Yeah,
are you throwing and you get off of it and run, or is it a design run?
No, it's not a design run. I mean, this is a pass all day, but this is a good job of recognizing that they're playing it different than how we did it 2 series before, and it's man, and so that means there's nobody on the quarterback.
And what was the down and distance on this one? Do you remember?
I think it was like a
2nd and 4.
Yeah, it was a shorter down.
The sticks there. Okay.
Yeah, so we had a shorter down distance. Earlier when I ran it, it actually was a little bit longer, so I was trying to catch him off guard there a little bit. But
that's perfect.
Yeah, but good job. Just get down.
Were you smelling touchdown? It looked like you were smelling it.
I was going for it.
And then, not so much.
Yeah. But that's a good job of Blake recognizing that, and now that's 2 weeks now in 2 games around. He's had a really big run for us, and so that was really big. I want to go and put this on here too. So we actually had them pinned down here. This is a defensive clip, and our defense stepped up really big on Saturday. And their tight end he's an all-conference type player, and Jackson Malone did a great job here of getting over the top of this route, especially down here of where the ball was. And we're real tight right here. We had Jackson Malone over the top of the tight end with Trey Matt right there on it, and he had a great play. Yeah. And Jackson actually was our defensive player of the week for our team this week. They had their tight end was all conference player I talked about, and then the receiver was really good as well. And
this receiver, by the way,
Josh Tips,
right there, who didn't get the ball thrown to him, he had a touchdown, didn't he?
I do, yeah.
I mean, if you throw it a little bit to the left, he's gone.
Yeah. So,
but that's a credit to the line for getting pressure, so he doesn't get to see.
And down there's not a lot of time for anything.
No.
So that was one other one. And then I'd say I put this on here too.
Play
this
the
one,
game right here. For
yeah,
sure.
This is one thing I talked about, guys. I was more happy about this win because there's every phase of the game got involved in it, from the defense, from the special teams, and from the offense. Now, this is one play we've been working for over a month, actually. So it wasn't one of those deals where, hey, let's just try that. We've been working this, and Evangel does a good job on their special teams. They do a good job. They've blocked more kicks in our conference over the last couple of years than any team. Okay. And so we felt like, hey, this could be a week to do it if they want to bring it. Right here, they're actually in a punt block situation. They're bringing it. And it was that time of the game. We need momentum, and it worked. And so it's one of those things as a coach is like, if it works, you're the greatest coach in the world. If not, you're the dumbest. But it worked out for us. The guys executed it perfectly. And, man, I was just really happy with our guys and how they did it. So
perfect. Show that again. It looks like the guy on the outside for Evangel, the top of the screen defender, he doesn't see it until it's by him.
Yep. Well, here's why.
The two guys out there, both of those. The one that's just on the inside, watch him. It's past him already, and he was the only one who could have stopped it.
Well, it's because it's like basketball. It's man-to-man defense. They're man-to-man. They're bringing it. So that guy's job right now, this guy is eligible. He's eligible. Okay, so this guy's going to go outside to make him open up his hips so they can go block it, but he has responsibility on him. So if he runs to the sideline, that guy has to go with him. In his eyes, he doesn't even see it.
Right.
So that's
just a beauty.
It is.
And now when you call a fake punt, is it how do you keep from giving that away as Rosame? Is he like sitting there all excited? Do you have to kind of have a poker face with it, or does it not really matter that much?
I mean, we just practice it so much, and Coach Benton's our special teams coordinator. He does a great job with those guys and getting them ready. And I tell them going in, hey, I want this to be ready. When we go in, and it needs to be ready. We need to execute it.
I remember watching it back, watching you on the sideline. They had a camera on you, and you were really frustrated with the third down play, or you were faking it anyway. Well, that was your poker face saying, "Dang it, we have to punt. You guys are horrible. I hate you all." And then fake punt, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there. So
all right.
I just know that we called it and it worked, and I'm happy with the guys.
Perfect.
So here's another really big play in the game. So Evangel actually had just scored, and we had to respond really fast. And this is a good job of our guys down here. 2 series before, we ran the same exact play, and this guy chased Rob Menifee, and we threw it to Rob, and he hit Rob pretty hard. But I was like, well, if they're going to do that, that means they're voiding an area in the middle of the hash area. So we came back with it and just kind of put that in there, and it worked out.
Now, are you just banking on them running the same type of defense when you have that same type of formation?
I knew they would, especially when you got throughout the game, you see different things that's going on. 35 more and more as you're going on. We're going to get this with Caleb Tennis out there. They're starting to play over the top a little bit more, and so in this case, this guy has to go get him in this type of coverage. And when we ran something like this early in the game, he was the guy who flew down, so I was going to take my chance on him doing it again.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened again.
And Blake, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, I was just looking at that same guy, number 35, the safety. And
so if he comes up and gets, who was it, Menifee, then you firing at that guy. What if he doesn't come up?
I probably would have either handed off or hit.
Take a sack? No.
Or throw it to Menifee. So.
Okay. Yeah, because if he doesn't come up, then he's not going to get that big hit.
Exactly,
okay.
Yep. And then another thing, too, look, watch Jair Marion's hustle here. I mean, this is what we're trying to get our guy. Hey, you gotta, if you don't get it, man, you go do your thing, you go help out, and just love the hustle there. So that's a big point in the game. I mean, they just drove down on our defense to score. We came right back and say, hey, we're still gonna keep playing. So really proud of the guys for this.
This was just a really good football game. It seemed like.
Yeah.
I could only keep track of it because I was doing volleyball at the time, so I could, between sets and during timeouts, I would check in on the football game, and it just looked like it was a tight game.
Yeah,
both teams desperate for wins and just battling out there.
You can see a good view of it there from that.
That's great.
Safety dropping down. So, but it's good. And then this is kind of the touchdown to put us ahead. Kind of down the red zone, they're pinching everything in, and Giant does a good job of just bouncing it and finding the area where no one is. And so that was the kind of the game winner, I would say.
Yeah.
So just it was, this type of stuff. You work these plays for a month or more, and you just don't know. I mean, every day we work it. I don't know when we're going to call it, but when we call it, it has to work. And
where's he trying to go here?
Well, I mean, he has a lot of options.
Like he's between.
He has some zone areas he could go. He could come here with it, but I think he saw this safety kind of dropping down in there, and this backer scraping over, and so he looks opposite the back. Essentially, is what he does.
So he's trying to squeeze through the. Well, who's that? 18 on the.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So, but
that closes quickly, but he's able to get out of there.
Yep. So it gets really congested down there.
Yeah. That's a great play. And then the next series, they had a chance.
Yeah.
But you guys, they never really moved the ball, right, on that final drive?
No, our defense did a good job of kind of in our deep zone stuff and kind of kept everything in front of us. And so they did a good job of just closing out the game. Like I said, it took all 3 phases for our guys to end the game, and they did it. So I was really proud of them for that.
That was great. And Blake, your game was huge, well over 300 yards, Offensive Player of the Week. Just talk about your preparation and what this win meant to you.
It meant a lot to to win. Feels good.
Right.
Going
first place in the
yeah,
South currently,
yeah.
right?
But the preparation going throughout the week, I mean, coach put in a good game plan. We every day came out and worked on it, got better at it, and came out and executed it. So
that was great. Well, it was
Yeah.
cool to go through that game with you guys. Anything else you guys want to mention before we get out of here?
No, I mean
We got
just
Benedictine coming up. Yeah, let's talk about Benedictine coming
Yeah.
up. What do you know about them, and what are we going to see?
Yeah, I mean they're 5-1. They lost to Grandview, and they're a great team. They're going to come in here. You know, they have a lot of seniors on their team, and that's the point where I want to get, where we have so many seniors every year, and it's just a reload thing. And so, you know, Coach Will Cox, he's one of the best coaches of all time.
He's
You
been
know what I
there
mean?
forever,
Especially
absolutely.
in the NAI, and he's going to come in here. They're going to do what they do. You know, they're this weekend. I think their quarterback might have got hurt, and they said, "Forget it. We'll just run it 53 times and
Okay.
get out of here." And so they won 16-0 over Central Methodist. So there's nothing. It's not going to be fancy. They're just going to line up, and like I told our guys, it's going to be the team who's more physically ready to go, mentally and physically.
They've
is ready
pounded
to
it
go.
for years.
Yeah.
They've always had
Yep.
huge lines, and they've pounded it.
Yeah, and so our guys are up to the task, and like I said, it's just a week-by-week thing right now, especially this whole COVID has been
Right.
a week-by-week, but now especially with the division, you know, it's time to amp it up even more, and let's just go play and see what happens.
Now, not to give away your game plan too much, but it seemed like at the beginning of the year it was going to be a lot of running, and that just didn't work out for whatever reason. And now we've been chucking it a lot more, 300-plus yards
Yeah.
average from Blake. Are we going to see more of that? Are we going to try to balance it? Do you want to run more? Do you want to get back
Yeah.
to the run? All
You
of
know,
it?
You know, well, it's a week-by-week thing. You
Yeah.
know, if we feel like we can do it, we're going to do it. If we don't, we won't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of it too, if you look back early in the year, it was I didn't have some receivers, and you know we were missing different guys. You know, one game we started three different offensive linemen. So like, you know, game plan was a little difficult, pretty difficult. So.
Do you have a full squad for this week, pretty much?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay.
Right now, yeah. We'll
Yeah, who knows?
you know, wait for Lindy to call me, but hopefully she doesn't call me for a long time. So,
Yes.
you know, if right now I sent the same 2 deep 2 weeks in a row. So
That's
hopefully
there we
it
go.
stays that way, and it just really you get in a rhythm too as an offense and really as a defense, and the trust becomes better and all that. So, you know, I think it's really good.
All right. Well, sounds good. And we'll see you guys Saturday at 1. ODAC will be on YouTube. And good luck, Coach. Good luck, Blake.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.